Well, in the last video, we had some mechanical work that we were doing. We put the 7730 back together, and then we ended up getting all of the posts and the top rail up on the silage body, and now we are just starting to close it in. We've got the front sheets up on each side, and we're getting ready to go ahead and tack weld the sheets in. Usually I work from the back to the front, but this box we're working from the front to the back. I've got load securement binders that I use to push out the sides. I bought these years ago from Candia Trailer Sales. That's where I get my truck hoist from. And although I wish I had more of them, 8 of them, 10 or 12 would be sufficient. But what we're doing is we are pushed out against the uprights, going back 1 and 2, or 2 and 3 actually, if you don't, however you want to count the front one. And then that's getting everything real tight as far as the sheet metal goes to getting it to the post. So we'll go ahead and we'll tack everything all together. And then what we do is we run a continuous bead of weld all the way down through this seam here. And then what we'll do is we'll put, I call it a skirt. It goes in on about a 45-degree angle here. And what that does is it eliminates any of the crap from sitting on the sill here or the rub rail. Keeps it from rotting out. We're just trying to get these boxes to last longer than the other boxes that are out there that you can buy from any other company. You know, like I said, after we get everything tack welded, and then that'll get all continuously welded, and we'll go from there. So I don't know what kind of problems I'm gonna have with actual farm stuff here in the rest of this video, but we'll be sure to include you in on any of the hurdles that we see along the way here. We do not have the John Deere truck back together yet. The engine rear main seal tool that I have is the wrong one, or it's not going to work for that 3176 engine that's in the John Deere truck. The one I have is for a 3406E and a C15, 16, C18, and we need to get the right tool to put that rear main seal in. So this is the next step here, right?
Yes.
Gotta get you in the inside welding.
Yes.
So yeah, so we'll keep at it. It's all downhill from here, all downhill.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know. So in the last video, the last 2 videos, we were working on that 7730, doing that, swapping out that goofy PTO shaft. What would you rather do, weld or do mechanical work?
It depends.
Depends.
I like welding on this.
Yeah, that was kind of fun, huh? All right, we just put the rear sheets up on both sides, and we have the side sheets here tack welded up. I've got the first 12-foot panel tacked on both sides, and we need to start tacking the sheet metal pieces on the rear. Sarah has welded the floor down on the inside here, a little ways on both sides. She's been jumping around, and now she is welding the floor down here on this left-hand side. So that's what her welds look like. How do you like welding on the outside of the body compared to crawling around on the floor?
I don't know. This still hurts your knees. So.
Still hurts your knees, huh? I got them knee pads in my toolbox. So I need to tack these sides down like I was saying. And what we use, I don't know if I showed it in the earlier clip, we use them load binders to, well, they go in a van trailer. They're load securement binders is what they are. So we use them and we just keep moving our way back. And they seem to work pretty good. I need a few more of them. They've got a fuel line that they're fixing on this vac truck, and then they're going to roll out with this. They've got to clean the barn up above, and then we'll show you what Jered's working on over here. He's getting that clutch back in the John Deere truck, and the seal install tool that I have didn't work for that smaller cat engine, so he made one. These holes here match the holes in the flywheel, and then the seal would just kind of sit in the center there, and then you use that to push the seal into the back of the engine. So they're getting the clutch in now. He just painted that plate, by the way. So he's getting this clutch in here, and then he's gonna roll the transmission in. So he's got the clutch on the clutch jack, and he's just bolting it to the flywheel here right now. And then they're going to roll in with the transmission. Well, as you can see, the John Deere truck is in this other bay here. Jered ended up getting the transmission, clutch and transmission in it here last night. He had to have help, and he ended up having Jason and Nate put the drive shaft in, along with the muffler system. This has a harsh 110 hoist on it, and this hoist has a 40-quart reservoir that's mounted to the side of the frame. They ended up draining the oil out of it when they took the pump and the PTO and everything else off. So they had to bring it over to this side so that they could pump hydraulic oil into the hoist reservoir. While it was over here, they ended up changing the oil on it, servicing it, and then we won't use this truck until the weather gets better again. The defroster doesn't work. The one door on this one side doesn't close all that well. And it's not that warm of a truck to ride in. Another thing Jered did, we had a pile of these warning lights. Just a flashing light. He ended up hooking that light up to the PTO, the light indicator, to tell you the PTO's on. So he cobbled that in there. And I guess that's about it with this. We do have quite a bit of rust here on this box. This box here, I built back in 2003, March of 2003. I date every box I build. I weld in the date up on the front inside of the box, and you can just barely see it from here. It says 3/2003. So this box is almost 19 years old. And back when I was building them this way, we were building them a little different. We were using rectangular tubing for upright posts. I don't like using, I quit using it because it's dirty. It's hard to scrub the silage juice off because you've got this 90-degree corner. I quit putting the tie rails on because if you wanted to scrub the side of this box, you had 3 panels to do between every post. We used to use a piece of 3/8 by 4, 3/8 angle iron, 3x4. We quit doing that. This just sets on top of the cross member. And as you can see, this is all rusted out here, and it's rusted out mainly from the haylage sitting on this sill here, on this rub rail. And we're just about done with this body here, and what I have left to do is put the little angled piece that goes from the side of the body down to the top of the rub rail. We have that left to put on, and then that prevents the problem that this body here has. So we're gonna get that on there. Sarah's working on the inside of the body right now. She's welding the floor and the side sheet together. She's got this side done up to, well, she went as far as she could reach. She'll have to swing the welder around from the front end and work back through on this front side here. So we'll just kind of show you what her welds are looking like here. Kind of see that. So she's got a little bit left to do here, and what she has done is she has worked it in stages just so that we're not overheating things and warping anything. So that's why she's got a little left there and a little there, and then she's got to swing the welder around to get up front here. The next thing we have to do is put our front sheet on, and once we get our front sheet on, then we can weld the seams on the floor, the seams where the sheet metal comes together there. So we're on the home stretch here. Like I said, I got the little skirts to put on, the front sheet, and then once everything is welded on the body, then we'll take these supports off and we'll build the tailgate. You ready to bring that next truck in?
Started to put it in gear and it moved.
It moved? Really? Uh-oh. We're chopping corn. Oh, that was when we were over on the Cleverly farm. It was raining, and Nate says, transmission's gone, truck won't move. So we don't know what happened to it. We left it. I actually dragged it to Cleverly's barn with the chopper when we were waiting for trucks. Had the truck towed back here from a towing company. And that's the next truck we want to bring in and work on. So we don't know what's going on with it. Oh well. Well, we're going to find out. So they're going to bring that in here, and we're going to have to figure out what's going on with it. All right, so we had to cut out most of that last segment because we were not making any sense. We were thinking out loud, and we were uncertain as to what we really have going on here, because this truck went from not moving at all in the field to having it towed back to the dairy barn, that the farm that we were on, and then we had a towing company tow it back to the farm here. And like I said earlier, when they brought this in the shop, they were able to drive it in. So we were going through some different scenarios as to what it could be. We didn't know if maybe the clutch was stuck or whatever. And we just figured that we might as well go ahead and drop the transmission out and figure out what is going on here, because we do not want to have this problem first day of frickin' chopping. It's gonna happen. So what they're doing now is they're getting ready to take this transmission out. They've got the muffler off. They've drained the oil out of the transmission, and Sarge seems to think he found an indication that we've got something going on here. And when they pulled the plug out of the transmission, this came falling out. I don't even know what it is, but we're gonna find out once we get into this problem a little deeper. But we have not done any clutch work or anything on this truck. So chances are it probably needs a clutch anyway. So they're gonna get things wrapped up here and get this PTO off of there. And actually they're taking the pump off now, and then they'll get the PTO off. And that way they can put the transmission jack underneath the transmission and get that ready to pull out. Well, this is just about gonna do it for this video. They just had to change the shifter head out in that truck there. And they're gonna bring the vac truck in. So we've got the front sheet metal piece on the front of this body here. And this is where we're gonna leave off with you. We'll kind of show you what we're doing to support the front of that in the next video. So that's gonna do it, right, folks? So how'd you like welding today?
It was great.
Yeah. She has almost gone through a full tank of gas already. So this tank is just about out. I sucked down 2 so far with the other welder. And I went through a roll of wire on that other one as well. So that's gonna do her. We will catch you at the next video.